The immortal pen of James Fenimore Cooper brings you thrilling tales of excitement, blazing action on the early American frontier, stirring adventures filled with the daring and courage of Hawkeye, first of the long rifles, and his blood brother, Chingachgook, last of the Mohicans.
How's that printing equipment doing? Did you get it tied down?
Good. But why they make box so big? Like white man use for coffin.
According to that letter Ben Franklin showed me, if we don't keep our eyes peeled, those boxes are liable to be our coffins.
Hold your fire till you see the breath frost in the air. No sense wasting lead.
Hawkeye. Now.
I'm gonna go on through. Keep firing. Here, my rifle's loaded. Did you get a good look at any of them?
Not see face. You go too fast.
It's a good thing we did. And now we know what we're up against. There's at least 3 men hereabouts who don't care about reading newspapers.
Blacksmith finally fixed this frame. Fetch me that hammer, will you, Marv?
Two weeks now. Day and night you've been devoting to repairing that frame.
I can't get out a newspaper without it. It's our livelihood.
Oh, death, more likely.
A man's got a job to do. He's got to do it.
Not when it means his life. When you got them first warnings to stop printing the paper, you just laughed it off. Said people who write notes never carry out their threats. Well, they came. Nameless men in the middle of the night with destruction in their hearts.
And I told you a busted press could be fixed and spoiled type could be replaced.
The next time those men come, it'll be with murder in their hearts. You've got to think of me and your son. Without you, Nathan, we'd be lost.
Martha, when Ben Franklin gave me my start in the newspaper business, I vowed nothing nor nobody had stopped me from printing the truth. You want me to stop printing it? I'll break my vow. But before you give me your answer, ask yourself, is life so sweet that we'll cling on to it and see this whole town become a sewer of iniquity for our son to grow up and wallow in?
Pa, it's here. The tape you sent for. An Indian and a woodsman are bringing it.
Nathan Peel looks mighty happy about them coffin boxes full of type.
Maybe he'll be wearing that smile on the other side of his face before long. Be ashamed to waste them boxes after them boys took so much trouble to bring them here.
You handle that type like it was solid gold.
Type's better than gold. It makes it possible to print what's in men's minds and hearts. Joseph! I wanted to meet my friends, Hawkeye and Chingachgook. This is Joe Merrick, my wife's brother. They're the men who brought me type from Ben Franklin.
Ben would have done you a better favor if he'd had kept them in Philadelphia with that type.
Baxterville needs a paper.
What for? To wrap fish in?
To know things, to find out what's going on.
Who cares anything about Indians getting liquor? That's all what you were raving about before they busted up your press.
Firewater bad for Indian.
Indians are like children. They're not used to liquor. And you ask, who cares? People who have lost mothers, fathers, children.
If you're so worried about people's families, why don't you start with your own? You're placing Martha and the boy in danger. Everybody knows selling liquor to the Indians is illegal, but you don't know who's behind it. I don't. Nobody does.
The man who's selling the liquor does. The paper can smoke him out, Joey.
Or get you killed. Nathan, there's more than enough land for all of us. There's a wilderness out there needs clearing.
There's a wilderness in men's minds needs clearing, too.
Martha, you got a right to speak up.
I didn't want Nathan to go on with the paper, but
Then you and the boy come along with me.
my place is with my husband.
He's got you under his thumb, too.
But I've no mind to stand by and watch my own sister and nephew destroyed, even if I have to get rid of this thing myself.
What do you think you're doing?
Why?
Brother need lesson. Hawkeye teach.
You're gonna be sorry for this.
That press is my life. I killed to protect it.
Appears like Mr. Merrick is home.
Ain't that convenient?
Who's there?
Judd, Mr. Merrick.
What do you want?
Something out here I gotta show you. Somebody will swing on the gallows for this. Let's get out of here. Drop that hammer, you fool!
You lose something?
My hammer. I thought I put it by the press yesterday. Seems to have walked off.
Maybe Papoose take off to play with.
No. Teddy wouldn't touch my tools. Oh, well, it'll turn up sooner or later.
Before you lose yourself in your metal alphabet again, Mr. Peel, you might as well know that me and Chingachgook didn't just come here to deliver your type. The Commissioner General of all the colonies doesn't like anyone selling whiskey to the Indians, even in the smallest settlements. So he gave us the job of finding out if what you wrote to Ben Franklin is true.
It is. There's somebody getting rich doing it.
You know white man who sell firewater to Indian?
As my brother-in-law Joe said yesterday, nobody knows. But I aim to keep my paper hammering away till we do.
Well, it appears to me that you'd keep after the district governor to run down any leads you'd have.
Him? Turn his soldiers loose in the woods and they'll all run into each other.
Pa!
What's the matter, Teddy?
Soldiers, coming down the street.
What's so exciting about that? They're always walking up and down the streets.
They're coming here.
Nathan Peel,
You know my name, Hicks. Don't be so pompous.
it's my duty to place you under arrest, Mr. Peel.
What for? Fixing my press?
The murder of your brother-in-law, Joseph Merrick.
That's ridiculous. Joe's alive. He was here only yesterday.
That was yesterday, Mr. Peel. I'm sorry, I've got a warrant. You'll have to come with us.
It isn't true, Papa.
Of course it isn't, Teddy.
Pa!
White soldier come. Pick up body. Boot tracks cover all trail.
Yeah, they headed right back to town.
Hawkeye. 2 men go into woods.
Yeah, these prints aren't as fresh made as the others.
Man who make newspaper is small. Not leave big track like this.
From the looks of them, they've been there since last night.
Hawkeye, they in much hurry to get away. Take long footsteps. That is track of killer, not man who make newspaper.
I'm just as sure as you that Mr. Peel didn't do it. But it's sort of difficult convincing a judge and jury with just footprints.
Them's my orders, Mrs. Peel. The governor ain't seen nobody.
But I just want permission to speak to Nathan.
The governor don't see nobody without they write a letter first. I just going home.
My husband's in jail. I'm not going to waste any time writing letters.
Skirmishing with a woman isn't good military manners, soldier.
Hawkeye. I've been waiting for hours to get permission to visit Nathan.
I'd like to see him, too.
You all have to leave.
I'd like to hear that from the district governor himself.
I got my orders.
Soldier, you tell Governor Roberts that Hawkeye and Chingachgook, representatives of the Commissioner General, want to see him on official business.
Yes, sir.
You finally got rid of that woman, I see.
No, sir. She's outside now with 2 men. The one who delivered the type to Nathan Peel.
I'm too busy to see anyone.
But, sir, the scout ordered me.
You heard my order.
If he didn't, you ought to muster him out of the service for being deaf.
My office isn't a forest trail to stroll around in. Escort them out.
Sir, I'd like to report...
Hicks, I don't care what you like. You just obey orders.
Appears to me your bellowing won't allow him to. Now, go ahead, Hicks. Report.
Yes, Hicks. Go ahead.
Sir, I beg to report that Hawkeye and Chingachgook, representatives of the Commissioner General, would like to see you on official business.
Hawkeye? Oh, I've heard of him. Gentlemen, forgive me. The press of my official business, you know. Fetch the lady a chair and resume your post. I'm saddled with the most incompetent military. I'm at your service, Hawkeye.
Mrs. Peel here would like permission to see her husband.
Rather irregular. He's charged with murder, you know.
Charged, but not found guilty yet.
From the evidence I've looked over, a mere formality.
He's innocent. Nathan never was a man of violence.
I admire your loyalty, madam. But according to witnesses, there was certainly violence when Joseph Merrick was ejected from your husband's shop.
I did that.
It wasn't you who vowed to kill Merrick, it was Peel.
Well, that's not enough evidence to hang a dog, let alone a man.
Perhaps not. But dogs don't carry hammers. Hammers heavy enough to crack a man's skull.
Maybe you better explain that, Governor.
The hammer that killed Merrick was lying beside his body. Peel admits the hammer belonged to him, that he was in possession of it until last night. Certainly evidence enough to hang a dog, Hawkeye. And I think evidence enough to hang a man as well.
Nathan Peel's not a murderer.
If Peel didn't kill him, perhaps you can tell me who did.
Give Chingachgook and me a little time, and maybe we can.
You have time. Till dawn tomorrow morning.
You're hanging Peel in the morning?
Here in the wilderness, maintaining law and order is a difficult task at best. The only way I can accomplish it is by making sure that justice is swift.
Even if you hang the wrong man?
Unless you prove otherwise, I'm forced to believe that it's the right man. Hicks, escort the gentleman and the lady to Nathan Peel.
After you, please.
Not bad. You better save some of that for the rest of the tribe.
You bring plenty more.
As long as you keep the silver coming, I'll get you all the fire water you can drink.
White man with long rifle, Mohican, come.
Hawkeye and Chingachgook.
Don't you let on I've been here.
Are you Red Fox?
Me, Red Fox. Have a drink. Good medicine. It's much bad medicine for Indian.
You got any more of that medicine around here?
No.
Did you buy it in town?
No. Me find it.
Where?
In bush. Medicine bush.
Must take a lot of silver to keep that bush growing.
Who care? Me got lots of...
You know, Red Fox, it's against the law for a white man to sell you that whiskey. And it's against the law for you to buy it.
Me no buy. Me fine bottle. Now, I feel bad. You go.
You'll feel a whole lot worse if you guzzle the rest of that stuff.
They break bottle. Me no like.
They're staying at the printer's office. They could make you a heap of trouble, Red Fox. And you'd never get any more firewater. Unless you do something about it.
Me do something.
The governor's gonna hang Nathan Hawkeye in only a matter of hours. You gotta stop him.
We've got nothing to stop him with, Mrs. Peel. Not yet.
Me go find Red Fox. Make him tell where he get firewater.
Drunk as he was, no telling how long it'd be before we could find him and get him to talk.
White man, wrong. Me, let gun talk.
You pull that trigger, Red Fox, and you'll swing by your neck till you're dead. Maybe getting rid of you is what the people who sold you that whiskey have in mind. Same as they fixed up the printer.
White man, no fool, Red Fox. Me kill all of you. But we are good friends. You know my friend.
Suppose we gave you whiskey. All you can drink. Wouldn't that prove that we're your friends?
Where whiskey?
Here.
No more whiskey for Red Fox.
But Chingachgook, he's our friend.
What it say on bottle?
Well, it's a kind of a whiskey.
No smell like whiskey.
Well, it's a special kind. As strong as you can get.
What it called?
Turpentine.
Me no hear about turpentine. It's good whiskey. Made from pine tree. Oh, pine tree good. Make good medicine. You give gun. Maybe hurt self. First time me see Indian drink real firewater. Maybe now not talk for a long time.
I got an idea in the back of my head. Maybe it won't make any difference whether he talks or not, as long as he's not hard of hearing. Let's put him in the storeroom. Hand me that list of names, Chingachgook. I want to make sure all those whiskey sellers are right here on the front page.
Commissioner General will be much happy when all are in jail.
If the settlers here don't get at him first. We'll put the name of Joe Merrick's murderer in bigger type. We better speed it up. We want to deliver a copy of this newspaper to everybody before dark. Maybe we better start with the folks at the far end of the North Trail.
Bird fly away.
If I know my birds, before long this one will be chirping into the ears of the men behind all this wrongdoing.
You're brave men, deliberately walking into a lion's den for a man who's practically a stranger to the both of you.
It's not just the man, it's what he stands for. The The way we figure, freedom of the press is one of the things worth fighting for.
Scout and Mohican make newspaper. They give it to everybody today.
We're gonna stop them.
They start outside of town, in north.
Fine. We'll arrange a little reception committee for them. This time I'll head it. I intend to be very sure that our new printers have a very short career.
Why you stopped, my brother?
Up ahead. If you wanted to ambush somebody, station your men around that bend. It'd be a pretty good idea.
Much good idea.
We don't know exactly where we are, and we won't know till they open fire. Maybe we ought to give them something to shoot at.
Better it not be us.
Let's just send a wagon through. That ought to get them started. Come on.
Get up now. There's no one riding that wagon.
It could be riding inside. We ain't no match for that scout and his engine.
No, you confounded fool. If they live to testify, we'll all hang.
Not if we start running now and keep running.
But I can't run. I'm the district governor.
All right, then. Stay. And hang.
I told you not to run. Red Fox, stay and fight.
Hold it.
Criminal governors slain by own men. Citizens Committee headed by Nathan Peel to take over until new governor appointed.
It's a mighty fine-looking paper, Mr. Peel.
Thank you.
Say, do you mind if I take a copy back to the Capitol with me? I think they'd be interested in the fine work you're doing.
Of course not. All I try to do, all any newspaper should try to do, is tell the truth.
Mr. Peel, it's men like you who believe in the truth who are going to keep this country free. Goodbye. Goodbye, Mrs. Peel.
Goodbye.
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 Chingachgook, what are you doing with this turpentine?
Me no Indian brave. Drink too much fire water. We cure him quick.
Join us again at this same time next week for another of James Fenimore Cooper's gripping tales of the early American frontier. Another exciting adventure of Hawkeye and his blood brother, Chingachgook, last of the Mohicans.